Section 2, Video 4. Let's take a look at a little bit more complicated trinomials. Now this one's not in standard form yet, so we want to do that. If I put it in standard form, I get 12k squared minus 24k by moving it to the left side minus 15 equals 0. Notice that they are all divisible by something, and that's something we should do to make our trinomial easier. And I'm going to factor out a 3, and I get 4k squared minus 8k minus 5. Now we have a trinomial that's a little bit easier to factor. And I'm not showing you how to factor in this section per se. That's been covered. So I'm going to jump to the factored form here, and that would be a 2k and a 2k. And you can factor by grouping or guess and check, your choice, but again, that's up to you. I'm just going to show you what the factored form looks like here. Now, what are the solutions? Well, I can take each one. The 3 has no impact because that's a constant, it's not a variable. But I can take the 2k minus 1 set equal to 0. And if I add 1 to both sides, I get that. Divide both sides by 2, and I get k equal to 1/2. That's one answer. The next one, I do the same thing. Set equal to 0. I would add 5 to both sides, and I would get 2k equals 5. I would divide by 2, and I get 5/2. Two solutions. Now notice that 5/2 is the opposite of the -5, and then I would have to divide by the 2 to solve for k. The 1/2, it is, oops, I made a mistake there. This should be a negative right here, or excuse me, a positive right here, in which case I would minus 1 from both sides and get a negative 1/2. So again, negative 1/2 represents the opposite of what's in the parentheses divided by the number in front of the variable. Let's take a look at one more. I put that in standard form. Now I bring everything to the left side, and I get 8x squared plus 13x, which is already there. I add 3 to both sides, and I get plus 5 equals 0. So that's putting it in standard form. I'm going to factor this one. Now again, I'm not showing you how to factor, but if you did guess and check or factoring by grouping, you would get 8x plus 5 and x plus 1. Now I'm not going to set these both equal to 0. I'm going to show you the pattern here, which is something that you can do. It's a big shortcut if you handle it properly. Otherwise, go ahead and set equal to 0 and go from there. But I know that my answer will be opposite of that, so -5. And I will divide by what's in front of x. That's one solution. The next one, the opposite of what's in there. There's nothing I have to divide to get away from x, so that's the other answer. So -5/8 and -1 are the zeros, or solutions to that quadratic equation. And this ends Section 2, Video 4.